In an emergency, you'd want police to respond quickly, but across Australia that's becoming more and more difficult.
Every station across the country there's vacancies or officers off sick. It's the worst I've ever seen it in my 30 years of policing.
Data collected by the ABC shows there are more than 4,500 police officer vacancies nationally. The shortage is most acute in New South Wales, where 12% of positions are unfilled, and in the Northern Territory, where 10% are vacant. Those who are filling the shifts are often overworked and exhausted, sometimes starting their day with dozens of outstanding jobs. Ultimately, it's pushing them to leave too.
That means members of the public aren't being protected. That means members of the public aren't being responded to.
In the NT, the proportion of police calls answered within 20 seconds fell by a third over recent years. Part of the problem stems from low recruitment numbers. In New South Wales, 665 new cadets were trained last year, making up just 4% of the total force. 1,423 officers had left. In the same year, Western Australia trained 11% of its force. In Victoria, 747 officers are on sick leave. Over 80% of them have a mental injury.
They're being injured at work because they're taking up the slack of the vacancies that have not been filled and other officers that are being injured.
Victoria Police are refusing to hand out on-the-spot fines in their campaign for better pay and conditions.
Policing's really taxing, really hard. It's a 24/7 industry, 365 days a year. We need to give our officers who are working hard in a highly emotionally draining environment downtime.
The Police Federation is advocating for tax benefits like salary sacrificed mortgages and the introduction of a blue card to improve access to healthcare. It also wants the retirement age lowered to 55.
That gives them hope. It gives them the capacity to keep going. We don't want to see police officers for a year or two on the scrap heap because we know that when they get there, they rarely come back.
The NT is trying to improve police retention. It plans to introduce a bonus of $10,000 for officers who have worked for 10 years, increasing with the years of service.
We know there are cops doing the job right now who deserve to stay and be rewarded for their longevity in the force.
All jurisdictions are allowed to recruit police from overseas, but so far only Queensland, WA and SA have done so.
We were in market in the UK and Ireland and New Zealand before anybody else, and we have more than 2,000 applicants from those police jurisdictions.
Queensland has also hired more than 100 officers from interstate.
It brings different perspectives into our organisation and will only make us a stronger organisation overall.
But strength in numbers remains a struggle in areas yet to catch up. Sarah Gerathy, ABC News.